Hey guys, and welcome to our Forrester Let's Play with me, NG Paradox. Now, this is actually, obviously the series is finished, but this is actually just going to be a conclusion video. I've been getting a lot of messages from people in the comment section asking to see things like the family tree and stuff like that. So I thought I'd just do a conclusion episode where we look over what has happened, look over our family, maybe look at the Chronicle as well. A lot of people have asked to see that. And have a look what's going on in the world to see how the world looked and how it ended when we finished. So we're just going to go kind of through from the top. Let's start throughout the whole world. So we go to the wildlings, as you can see up here. Obviously, up in the wildlands, we have a king beyond the wall, but he does not really control anything. Obviously, the Night's Watch was destroyed. It was taken, yet wildlings completely control all of the wall. The wall has gone. The Night's Watch is over. The most powerful Crusader's Keep, led by this lady, and also the Haunted Forest, which is actually a descendant, possibly, of Mance Raider. Let's have a quick look. They all got murdered, it looks like. No, maybe they weren't. Maybe they weren't. 8397. Oh, maybe they weren't. I don't know. Okay, but basically, yeah. So, not much has gone up over there. Obviously, the north is being given to the Woolfields. So, when the Iron King, Forrester, John Forrester, when he took the Iron Throne, his father was actually murdered against the Lannister paramount of the Riverlands. But yeah, so when he took the Iron Throne, he ended up giving the north to the Woolfields. They've only had it for 2 generations now. The girl at the moment, Lady Paramount, majorly accursed. She's possessed. Her father, though, was a High Lord of Broken Branch. Okay. Yeah, so they had a High Lordship for a very long time. So they kind of rose up, though, to be Lord Paramounts. Let's check out the Lords of the North, then. Let's have a quick look at vassals. We'll look at the vassal screen for now. I can't really see much from that. Obviously, Last Earth is still controlled by the Umbers, so the Umbers have managed to survive. How about the Mormonts? The Mormonts seem to have gone. The Stouts are now in control, and the Hays control High Lordship of Flint's Finger, which is actually in control of them. They're married to a Forrester. Okay. What's this? Deep Down. He's a Lannister, controls High Lordship of Tyrosh. Okay, and obviously Tyrosh is under them. Okay, slightly confusing. Let's go off that then. How about the Dreadfort then? What happened to the Dreadfort? Now the Dreadfort is owned by a Spring. That's kind of a nice name for a Northman, Spring. Okay, but what happened to the Boltons? Are the Boltons gone? Living members 0. So the Boltons have all completely died out at this point. And the White Hills. I think I checked in the series, but best to check anyway, just to make sure. White Hills. Yep, there are no living White Hills. So the White Hills have died out as well. So basically all the enemies of the Forrester are dead. So it went quite well for us. The Manderleys still control White Harbour, but they lost the High Lordship to the Burleys. Okay. Riswells, how'd this go? Barrington. Okay. So it looks like a lot of the lords, lots of the normal High Lords lost a lot of their lands. The Tollarts have now got Wolfswood. How about the Reeds? The Reeds still exist. Jonos Reed. Okay. So the north is kind of like that. Next we'll look at the Riverlands. The Riverlands is controlled by Lord Paramount Willis Tully, who is actually a Tully, which is quite nice. It's nice to see the Tullys are back as lords. We're going to go through and see who he's descended from, though. So Duncan the Merry. Then for a while there were no Tully lords. And we have, well, they were Tully lords but no Paramounts. So we go back. Okay, so it goes back to, no, she's the Vale. Ah, so he had that. Then him. Edmer. Ah, so there we go. So it is Edmer's, Edmer's line. Are now lords again of the Riverlands. That's quite nice. The Crossing. Still controlled by the Freys. There's so many Freys, I mean, it's quite likely they'll declare war for it. Seaguard is controlled by the Mallisters, a genius Mallister now. Okay, very good for him. Treasurer of the Riverlands. The Lannisters now control Blackwood. Lord John the Mad. Which Lannister though is he descended from? Let's have a quick look. Garth. Bertrand of Lannisport. Okay, so it looks like he's descended from the ones of Lannisport. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Tyrone of Lannisport. Okay, so they're descended from the Lannisters of Lannisport. I know this is part of the Westerns. We're going to have a quick look. Shefferin now controls Riverrun. So the Tullys lost their home, but they've got it back. Harrenhal is controlled by a Ryger under, obviously, our Forrester line. Oops, wasn't meant to click that. Okay, good for them. Other than that, let's go to the Vale then. The Vale is controlled by Vryle. Okay, a very quick one. How many generations? A couple of generations. It goes back to Arryn's. Okay, so the Arryn's lost that. Let's have a quick look then at the Lords of the Vale. So Sunderland still exist. So I say we're going to look at all the families and stuff, see who's around and whatnot, and I'm going to go over our history as well of our dynasty. It was a really long playthrough actually. I think a lot of things happened to us. It was really interesting. Lots of different types of leaders and stuff. Lots of different things happened. Some great successes, some great failures. So I think it was a really up and down series. So I'm quite happy with how the series was as a whole. Graftons have gained a lot of power. The Corbrys now control Eastweld. That's quite nice for them. Who's this? The Bloody Gate is controlled by a Tully. Ooh, the High Lordship of Giant's Lance. That's quite nice. The Royces have purple hair. Okay. Not sure how that happened, but apparently they have purple hair. Where are the Tollets? Yay, the Tollets are still alive. Good for them. Okay, now to the Crownlands. And the Crownlands has mostly been taken by us, but obviously the King Jojen Forrester, the open-handed, he's descended obviously from, I think it was Talia, if I remember correctly. Let's have a quick look. Eddard the Unready, Rickon Stark. Yeah, so this was Rickon Stark. So these Forresters are descended from Rickon Stark and Talia Forrester, which is quite nice. Quite nice to see that. So the Starks and the Forrester Lord, the Iron Throne. That's quite a nice one to have. Dragonstone is controlled by a Wendwater. You managed to get that. That Andal culture, interesting. Bay of Claws, obviously controlled by Boggs, who are Black Goat religion. No idea how that happened. Next, we'll have a quick look at the Westerlands, because that is part of that. So obviously with the Westerlands as Lord Paramounts. Now the Westerlands, the first Lord Paramount with the Westerlands, Lord Paramount Tyrone the Just. He was a great ally to the Forresters. Great, good man. We could always trust him. His son, Lord Paramount Pate the Just as well, if I remember correctly, was quite good as well. But his son, Lord Paramount Addison, was a traitor. He betrayed us. That snivelling coward. Maybe also Pate. I can't remember if he betrayed us in the end. But I do remember his father, though, was a good man. We could always rely on him. And then they betrayed us, the Westerlands. They were the one we could rely on the most. Helped us in many wars and campaigns. Obviously, at the moment, he's facing rebellion. Because obviously of his unjust actions. Hornvale has declared war for Lord Paramount Addison against his tyranny. And there's a Stefan's claim by Case. So Case are the leaders of that. A Lannister. Okay. So she's a Lannister, no wonder. Hornvale is controlled by a Mallister. What about Crack Hall? He's actually quite strong. He's gained Lannisport. Still controlled by the Crack Halls. Okay. The Westerns still control the Crag. Ashmark. There's a lock. A Northman now controls Ashmark. Then at Golden Road, wow. They've eaten up a lot of Hornvale. The Paynes. The Paynes seem to be quite a powerful family there. Okay. So that's just some looks at that and there. Okay, so that's basically the Iron Throne, controlled by Forresters. Then we have the Iron Isles, still controlled by the Greyjoys. Iron King Fralag, the Black Reaver. That's an awesome name, to be honest. Let's go see where they descend from. Iron King Fralag, Gormund Ironhand, Walden, and then Euron. Okay, so Euron. So they descended from Euron. So Euron was never king himself. But his son, no, not that son, the other son, his second son's son inherited the Iron Isles. Okay, and he led it on, and since then, his dynasty has basically led it. It looks like, yeah. Okay, so Owen Greyjoy's one. They've been quite peaceful for a long time, kind of kept to their own devices. They're a different culture and religion and stuff. They've kind of been given their own control over that. Then obviously we have the great Iron Forrests, the ones who broke free from the chains of the Iron Throne in the first place, threw down the Lannister Baratheon control and power, and showed the world what a Forrester can be, iron from ice. We have King Russell the Unworthy. So yeah, King Russell turned out to be a major disappointment for us. He's a strategist, but he tried to tame the dragons. He would turn out to be a big disappointment. Then obviously we have his grandfather, King Aslam the Careless, one of the greatest Forresters. He created this grand kingdom of the Iron Forest. He was a good man and good ruler. He did a very good job, and he was a genius. Probably the best Forrester we had, most successful, I would say. He got the Westerlands to join him. He got the Stormland. He was just a good king. But yeah, and then we'll go up through. Obviously, then we have Brandon the Young. Obviously, Lord of the Reach and all three. He was meant to start it off as well, but he just didn't get an opportunity. We have Lady Paramount Jonquil, the mother. I remember the mother. She was a very good lady. Yes, if I remember correctly. She's basically what helped us to get so powerful. She was a very smart lady. We'll remember her. She was a good lady. Who was she descended from, actually? Let's have a quick look. Tyrion. So she was descended from Tyrion. And she was a great lady. She was. We really owe her a lot. Now I don't know who to go back through. Carl Forrester. Obviously he got sent to the wall. He was betrayed by the Lannister Baratheon king all those years ago. And obviously we're Mage, the Infallible. Just a lord apparently, I remember yet. Her sons were mistreated by the king. Joseph Forrester was meant to be great. He was meant to control the Vale, but he died trying to take it. Killed by the Lady Paramount. Damn him. And of course, Roderick of Blackgrove. Roderick the Ruined, or in this timeline, Roderick the Normal. He did a good job. All descended from him. So that was kind of our line, actually. We didn't actually go through many generations. There wasn't actually that many kings. Let's have a quick look through our realm. Let's look at the Reach for now. Obviously, Old Town, controlled by Ashfords. The Ashfords were a very strong ally to the Forresters while we controlled the Reach. The Red Wines, a bastard of them. The Tarleys still seem to control that. Brightwater seems to swap a lot. Ryle controls that. Ocean Road, Oakheart. This one's quite strong. The Webbers, and of course the Rowans. Very important allies. Tumbleton, another Oakheart. And of course you can forget the Ashfords of Cockleswent. Again, our major ally. A lot of them were stupid, but he died for us. He was slain for us. I think he did as well, actually. And this guy got killed as well. Jesus, they really got killed a lot. But those Ashfords are really good for us. Then we obviously have the Stormlands, led by Lord Paramount Roland Musgood. Was not always the Musgoods. We did not give it to them in the first place. We actually gave it to the Rogers, if I remember correctly. Yes. But the Musgoods did control it before for a long time. But a long time since the Baratheons have controlled it. The Musgoods had it for the longest after. So maybe it's good that they control it again. Tarth is controlled by the Lord Paramount. I guess the... Okay, he got Tarth. Chudmond. Looks like the Tarths are gone. Other than that, are there any other High Lords? Any other big powerful people? Sorry about that, there'll be a cut in the video. We are back. Yes, I'm just going through. We had the Estemonts, also are quite strong. There's one more here, again an Estemont. So the Estemonts are quite strong. I always like the Estemonts. I just like the little turtle. I like turtles. So yeah, that's our realm. And obviously then we have Dawn. Again, they're also fighting their own revolt. But it's also controlled by a Forrester, which is very nice. And he's getting married to a Jourdain, Prince Bowen of Dawn. So the Forresters are just controlling 3 Empire-level kingdoms. It's quite nice. Obviously in Dawn, though, they're having some problems. We actually control this one. We control Starfall, which I guess they don't like. Celemans now control the High Lordship of Torrentine. Okay, so the Danes seem to have gone. There's a Martell there as well. Wilds control the Yonwood home. Jourdain's there. Brimstone's controlled by a Wild as well. The Wilds have gone pretty strong. Yeah, he's pretty strong lords down there. That's quite risky. Obviously, Tyrosh is controlled by the Iron Throne. Pentos is over here. That's a nice little hat. Volantis obviously is a kingdom. Oh, no. Was that in this series or a different series? I'm sure it was a kingdom before. Let me have a quick check. Maybe I'm going crazy. That looks weird. That looks different than before. No, it looks like it was always that. I'm thinking of a different series then when it was a kingdom. I'm guessing. No, 814. 8453. Yeah, that only just changed. So I'm assuming, yeah, it's gone back to elective. Oh, that's nice. Azo, the Dothraki obviously took Lorath. So now Lorath is part of Dothraki domain. Yeah. Okay, and the Dothraki, other than that, didn't really do much. I mean, they took this as well, I think, but it looks as though that's... No idea what's going on with that now. Okay. Marine, Yunkai, Astapor, kind of normal. Anything interesting there? Nope, just Marine. Korth, you have the Port Marak. They're okay. What happened here? Yaitai. Looks like they're all split up. Is this a war? It's a claim on... Oh, so it looks as though Yaitai completely broke apart. There doesn't seem to be any Empire title at all. Yeah, they were just all kingdoms. Okay, so Yaitai completely broke apart. That's kind of sad. We have a big, the Jogus Na. Jato Hua. Okay, of Great Jahanok. I guess that's how you say it. Asai is just normal as it is. Okay, that's interesting. So that's what's gone over in the east. And that's how kind of the families look and how they survived. We can have a quick look at the Chronicles. Open the Chronicle. Someone asked me to have a quick look at this. This is the Chronicle of House Forrester, in which is contained the record of its yearly fortunes, glories, and difficulties. Several people in Blackgrove spoke of seeing strange shapes dancing on the moon. Lord Gregor of Blackgrove was victorious in battle of Rollingford against the army of Cider Hall, commanded by Lord Bennis of Cider Hall. So that's kind of just it, I guess. Can we turn? There we go. I never really look at this, because I never really see much point, because it just goes over what you've done. Was attacked by the Northmen realm of the North, ruled by Lord Paramount Brandon Stark, the ill ruler. Went to war against King Joffrey. Ah, I remember that. Lord Gregor of Blackgrove went to war against King Joffrey of the Iron Throne. Made peace with King Stefan of the Iron Throne. Yes, we got a white peace. Dragon was seen in the province of Blackgrove. Okay. Other than that, I don't think there's anything interesting. Died a natural death on the 18th of December. His son Roderick succeeded to the throne of the county. That seems like an odd thing to put. Yeah, I don't really think there's much things here. After a bit, I've been disappointed in the Chronicle because I don't feel there's much need for it. Because it just tells you what's happened. There's nothing really... There's always like little random events, but yeah. Several people in Blackgrove spoke of seeing strange shapes dancing on the moon. It's kind of weird. Died a natural death. Crow birds invaded Blackgrove just before the harvest. Okay. Yep. And here we go. Lady Margaret Blackgrove supported Lord Paramount Carlin of the Reach in the war against his enemies. Died bedridden. She was succeeded by the Faith of the Seven, Westerosi grandson Brandon. Okay. There's Lady John Quill. That lovely, lovely woman. Won the war against the reign of Summerhall. Yeah, there we go, because that's basically it. That's most of the stuff. I don't think there's anything really extra we can look at here. I wonder if it includes, like, when we're trying to tame the dragon. That'd be kind of cool. Deeds and character came to be known as King Russell the Unworthy. Okay. Died in suspicious circumstances. No, I don't think it has the dragon stuff. That's a shame. Okay, no, it doesn't. Close. So that's really that. Let's have a look at our family. Living members, only 53. You know what? I'm actually kind of surprised. I actually thought there might be more people than 53, but apparently there's only 53 living members of our dynasty. That's a shame. What we're going to do then, we're going to go back. Let's look at the Chronicle again. Does it start at the beginning? No, it does not. Okay, let's go back. Roderick. Okay, I'm going to look at what happened to each of the siblings of Roderick. What happened to his kind of like descendants in each of the different brothers or sisters. So obviously we have Asher Forrester. Now Asher Forrester obviously got married to a Locke. Then what happened? His first son was then Lord of King's Course, married another lord. His next son was then 2 lordships. So he did quite well, and he married a Locke. Okay, good for him. Then he had a son, and his son was murdered. Died in battle against Lieutenant Bryce of the Stormlands. Okay, he married Nayland. Good for him. So his son, Lord Orland, and he's the living one. Wow, he didn't have to go very far down. So Asher's descendants now control Hollowed Hall, this one, and also King's Course. Interesting places to hold, Orland Forrester. Okay, and his son is this one, Sir Ramsay. Married to a Mallory. Okay, so that happened to Asher's descendants. Oh, let's go back. I think Asher's descendants did okay. Obviously not as good as us, but it's okay. Mira. Now, she got married to a Carwyn. Her son was him. Her daughter was that one. They continue still. Carwyns. Continue. Technically, it's not her, they're not our dynasty, but this is her descendant, basically. Lord Medgar the Shadow. Carwyn. Still Lord of Castle Carwyn. So they managed to hold on. That's pretty good. They didn't lose it, which is what happens a lot. Let's go for Ethan then. Ethan Forrester. Ah, poor Ethan. Maybe something good happened to his family this time. He married a Drupard. And then his son inherited, Lord Lawrence the Seducer. He kept that. His first son was slain by Lord Paramount Eddard of the North. Wow. Poor Ethan's son. But Lord Torgan of Fever. Then he had 2 sons with stuff. He had Fever. Then he died. And then his other son inherited. Then his son, Donna. Okay. And now his daughter, who's married normally to a Hayes. So they will lose Fever. That's a shame. So Ethan's descendants didn't do so good. Oops, I went a bit too... No, it's fine. Talia. So I think... Yeah, let's have a quick look at Talia then. Okay, so she was married off to a Corbury. Oh, that's good. And obviously... Oh. He was the Lord of the North. Wait. Let's just take 1 second here. So, yeah, Talia married him. Rickon, yeah. She had 2 husbands. Why can't I see the other husband? Okay, not sure what's going on there. But yeah, Talia's descendants became kings of the Iron Throne. So Talia's descendants did quite well. Half Forrester, half Stark blood. Quite nice. And the last one then, Ryan. Ryan didn't have anything. He married an Overton, but he didn't get anything. His son then has Howland Forrester, and his son became a High Lord of Red Lake. Oh yes, I gave them Red Lake. I forgot about that. And then his daughter married a Vryle, and that then got inherited by the Vryles, and they're now Lords of Red Lake still. So that's really it. That, I guess, is the real conclusion for this series. That's all that's happened, all the characters. There's nothing else I think I need to do. If you guys would like the save for this game, I can obviously send it to you. I could make a link for that if people really want, and you guys can download it and play this, continue this yourself if you'd like. Obviously, if you don't want to, that's fine. But tell me in the comment section, is that something you would like? Someone mentioned it once before in a different series. I thought it was quite a nice idea. So I'll see you guys around. I've been NG Paradox, and this is goodbye to the Forresters. And I think it went pretty well. I'm quite happy with the series, actually, as a whole. I'm very happy with the characters we got to play. And the Forresters rule all. Excellent.